up everybody, and welcome back to part 2 of my wig series. So here you see I have the hair from the part 1 series where I rinsed the hair and I rinsed my closure and I bleached the knots. So today in part 2's video, we're going to take this hair and create our wig. So these curls, guys, and this is deep wave hair from True Glory Hair. I will put the link in the description box and all the details. So let's just get started. So this video is going to be on how to make a full custom wig with closure. And the items you're going to need is a styrofoam head or a mannequin head, doesn't matter which one you use. A wig cap. I like to use the dome caps. You can buy this from anywhere, but I like the dome style wig caps. And you can see there's no mesh. You can get this from anywhere. You're going to need some T-pins. So these pins to hold the wig in place. And some scissors, of course. And your needle and thread. And that's about it. That's all you need. If you use a wig stand to make your wigs, that's fine. I never use a wig stand. I always make them in my lap, probably because I didn't have a wig stand at first. So I'm going to keep doing that method because it works. So don't judge what I have on. This is a night after work. No glamour, no glitz, just comfortable so I can get this done. So first thing first, you want to take the dome cap and put it on your head, your mannequin head, styrofoam head, like this. And then you want to take your closure, line up where your closure is going to start, and you want to get it as tight as possible. So when you sew it down, it will be really tight. So as you can see, the closure doesn't start till right here, but the cap is here. I'm going to cut this much off the cap in the very end, which is fine with me because I know when I made the last one, it fit perfectly by me doing that. So I'm going to stick a pin here. I'm going to stick a pin on this side. And you can stick it through the hair, that's fine. And I'm going to stick a pin on this side. Okay, so you have the closure on the head. Okay, so once you have your closure pinned down, I just took a hair tie and just pulled all the hair up so it wouldn't be in the way. And I start with the sides first. So what you want to do is you want to make sure you sew this closure down as flat as possible. Don't pull it too hard where it's super tight and it might make a bubble up under it, but pull it so it's like super flat. So when you put the wig on, it's going to be super flat. So see right here, I'm just pulling it. So you see, just pulling it over, making sure it's super flat, but not too tight where it's going to rip the lace or anything. And I'm just going to start in the front and go to the back. So, and when you're in the front, make sure you don't sew through the band. Just sew through the material on top of the band. And you'll know what I'm talking about when you do the dome cap. There's a band in this front part, like right in here. Make sure you sew on top of it. Don't push the pin, the needle through the band. Just sew it like through it like that. So, I'll show you. So you want to sew it through here. Do not go all the way inside that band, just the top part. Okay, so guys, I have this one side sewed down. You can see, sewed down. I haven't did the back yet. I just did this one side. Okay, so I'm going to take this pin out and do the same to the opposite side. And I do the sides first because you can pull it down really flat. And then you can always just pull the back down. So I think it's better to do one side than do the other side. Second side sewed down, as you can see. And all that's left is this back part. So we're going to sew this down next. The closure is sewed down now. Have this side sewed, this side, the back side, this side. So it's all down. And it's pretty tight, like you can tell. It's tight, so. Okay, so that's done. Next, we're going to start sewing the rest of the hair on. And what I do is I just take my longest length and start from the bottom and go all the way to the top part. And so I make it all the way around, and my tracks start making a U around the closure. I have my 18-inch that I'm going to start with in the back. I'm just going to take the head and start from here. I'm going to put a pin in place so you can see. I'll start from here. I'm just going to go down the back. From here to here. I'm going to leave this pin in on this side until I get closer. It helps me keep the hair up while I'm trying to sew, since I am doing this in my lap. You see the track. I'm going to sew around it, not through that piece. I'm just going to sew around that piece. And make sure you do not stick the pin through this elastic part. And that's how I start. So I don't sew through the weft, I sew around it. And I'm going to do the same thing for the rest of it. I have the first track laid down, and I thought this first track is the hardest because you're trying not to go through this elastic at the bottom. So that first track is the hardest. It takes the longest because you don't want to sew through that elastic band. But once you make it past that part, the rest pretty much is easy. You can just sew straight through this track, and I'm just going to fold it over. And I usually leave like a finger, like your smallest finger, in between the two tracks. So that's how much space I leave. So like maybe like your finger right here. That's how much space I leave in between the tracks. Fold over method, if you're not cutting your tracks, you want to make sure when you fold it over, it's really flat and laying down. You don't want like a bump showing in your sew. Or when you put the wig on, you don't want to see that bump from you folding the track over. So this is the track that I'm folding over. And I'm just going to sew it down. And that's the track sewed down with the fold over method. This way you don't have to cut any of your wefts. Okay. Okay, so I have the 18 in. See, this is how much I have left. And I still have a little bit of 18 left, but I wanted to make sure I got the 16 on first. So this is how much 18-inch I have left. So still have a good bit left of this. But I'm going to use the 16-inch now. And I will be back once I get closer to closing it up in the top, because I feel like that's the part that people get hung up on at the end, is closing up the top part. So once I get to the end to close up this part, I will be back and I will show you. So guys, I am almost done. I'm getting closer to the U shape around the closure. So I will slow down once I get closer to the closure part so you can just see how to close up this top part. I'm going to be sewing upside down now, so I hope you guys can see. Okay, and I just put pins to hold so I'll know where I want the track to lay and exactly how I want it to look in the end. So that's what those are for. And you're just gonna see me sew upside down now. That's from sewing upside down. Right here. So I'm just going to measure like what I have left and what I can do. So I'm going to come up here and I'm going to fold this back. I'm just going to sew the remainder to the closure like this. So we are finished. Yes. Thank you, Lord. So all I have left of the 16-inch is this piece right here hanging off the front end. And what I could do, I could just cut it off if you want to. But what I'm going to do is make the most of my hair. And you see this area with this cap right here, all this blank space that's going to be near your ear. I'm going to take this piece of track and just fold it under there. So I'm just going to fold it like that so the hair will lay right there. And that's it. So I hope this tutorial was helpful, guys. I know I didn't have a wig stand or anything, so hopefully you were able to see. And if you have any comments, just leave them below. I will try to answer any questions that I can. So thank you guys for watching. If you want to see more videos like this on how to do wigs or how to style your wigs, just comment below and let me know. Let me know if this helped you out, guys, and thank you for watching. And don't forget to thumbs up if you're feeling it, subscribe, and let a friend know to subscribe. If you missed my first video in the wig series, I will leave that video at the end so you can watch it. And just thank you again for tuning into With Fro Life.